Got an eagle ray friend. Yesterday I had a shark when I was snorkeling, or not snorkeling, just swimming off the back of the boat.
Nice way to clean the boat.
Getting the rust off?
Yep, working on the rust.
Kind of like a never-ending project, isn't it?
It is for sure.
You just keep staying over that spot. There must be something in the sand right there.
It sure is beautiful.
Hey, eagle rays are just gorgeous. That is not a cruise ship. That is that Russian super yacht. We made it to Moorea. He's already here. Looking to light up the whole bay. I wonder if more than just 2 Russians are on that. Be worth finding out. Well, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going out early. To beat the crowds. We're going out to the shark sandbar where we get a chance to feed the stingrays and the sharks. There's usually a lot of black tips around, and you don't hand feed them, you just throw them the tuna, but we can hand feed the stingrays, so it should be a lot of fun. So just getting ready to get out there. Again, we want to get out there before all the tour boats get out there so we can have them kind of all to ourselves. Should be a lot of fun.
The cruise ship called Morgan.
Today's excursion is we're going to go diving right off the back of the boat. Get some light in here. And so I keep all of our diving gear up in the port forward hull storage. As you can see, it's not easy getting in there. We don't have much storage room left, as you can see. Somewhere in there is our dive gear. So I'm going to pull all this stuff out, get our dive gear going, and we're going to dive actually right off the back of the boat. We've seen several dive shops come out and dive off this one dive buoy, and seem to come here just about every day, and we've been here a week, so I figured we'll give that a check out. We've got 2 good tanks still filled before I need to figure out how to fill out my other tanks because, well, no, it's a whole long story I'll go into later, but gonna start getting ready. I don't look forward to trying to find all that stuff in there. But here goes. Okay, well, I got all of our gear out. That's our gear plus that right here. If you can see where it says Nemo, that is my underwater brush to clean the hull. So I figure after our dive, since I have the gear out, might as well give the hull a good brushing down. Really, by doing that, one keeps everything a lot cleaner on the bottom, but it also gives us about an extra knot of speed when we're sailing, and we're going to head back to Tahiti tomorrow, so might as well get it done today. Yep. So you see how well packed. I just pulled all that stuff out, and it's filled all the way to the brim up there with all of our extras, basically, and all my spare parts are all right here, and then just spare stuff. And then you can see right here, it's a bosun's chair. It's gone up forward because I ain't never using that damn thing again. Once was enough. Definitely one of the great things about living on a boat and being a diver. Oh, we got a guy on a vol over there. Is right there is our dive site. Like I said, a lot of people have been diving over there, so we're going to give it a shot. It's right on the edge of the channel going into the bay, so I know it's over 100 feet deep. I'm not going that deep today, but you know, we'll just go down and see what all the fuss is about. Hopefully it'll be a great dive. Well, it's time to go clean the bottom of the boat. Kind of one of the projects on the boat that are actually kind of fun. Off I go.
Are you going to clean the bottom of the boat or your bottom?
Of course, I find the winery and distillery. That was quite the look there, Sydney.
Oh, what are you doing?
That looks like a pretty lonely sight right there. That's the Sofitel Moorea down there. Looks pretty nice. And you got Tahiti in the background. See that little hill? It's not a big hill. We've been here 3 times I wanted to climb this little hill called Magic Mountain each time. First time we were just too busy exploring everything else before we had to leave. Second time we had 40-knot winds. And now look at it frickin' raining on me. It's all going to be muddy up there. I think this is our last time on Moorea too. It's getting kind of frustrating. Look at here, the Sea Eagle again in Moorea. So let's think about this. We saw him at Shelter Bay in Panama. Saw him Bora Bora. Saw him in Taha. And now in Moorea. These rich people get around. Well, to think, this is the dry season. Something about us in Moorea, we just don't get the right weather. I wonder what it's going to be like when we get to the Marquesas in the rainy season. Remember my mountain? It's back there somewhere. What a difference a day makes. Look at how beautiful. You can see the water's not crystal clear because of all the runoff from yesterday's rain, but look at how beautiful this is. It doesn't get much better. I think today, finally, I'm going to get to climb Magic Mountain. There's where we're going to head. But first, the Broncos game.
We're on our way to Tahiti, but first, we got humpbacks.
Usually a mother and a calf.
In making this crossing, like I said, it's pretty calm, pretty easy. Now, one thing you do have to watch out for is the ferry traffic. There's two ferries that run between Moorea and Tahiti, and one does it in a half hour and one does it in 45 minutes, and they're running constantly. And they don't move. They feel no matter what, they have the right of way. In fact, I don't know if you can see it back there. We have both some sort of, I don't know if it's a super yacht, a research ship, some sort of working freighter, what is it? And then the ferry next to it. That ferry, he's moving 20 plus knots, and we're doing 6. And so we're just going to make sure we keep well away from him. The GPS shows that he's only going to miss us by about a half a mile, which for that big a boat, I'd rather be further away. We're only 4 miles from the harbor entrance now, but so he's going to get there long before we do. But you just gotta always be watching. That's one thing about it here. You're never really alone, even though it feels like you're out in the middle of nowhere. But I'll just keep an eye on those guys. In a few minutes, well, not in a few minutes, but we're about a mile out from the harbor. I'll go ahead and contact port control, let them know we're coming, and ask for permission to go in through. And once we get permission to go through, we're going to turn to starboard to head to our anchorage, which is, we have to go right past the airport. So we'll have to stop right by the Hilton and ask permission to cross the airport runway. So first time we came through here, I misunderstood the instructions. I thought it was only on one side, on the west side of the airport we had to do that, but we had to do it on both. And I kind of went right into the airport runway, and I get a call from port control saying, well, I did check, it's clear, you can go, but please next time wait. And again, I didn't understand, but this time I'm going to make sure that I don't make a mistake. Again, I don't know if you can see him out there, but you know how much closer that guy is getting to us. Even that research vessel, whatever he is, I got actually worried more about him because he's not going as fast as the ferry. The ferry's going to pass way ahead of us. I probably better get back to the helm. Well, I doubt the camera will show it, but that's our anchorage there. So we're still about 6-7 miles, yeah, probably 7 miles from the anchorage, 4 miles from the port. I think maybe be closer to 8 miles there. But that's where we're headed. As you can see, that ferry, he's really moving. And then the research vessel also, he's out there. There's the other guy. Tahiti Port Control, Tahiti Port Control. This is sailing vessel Remission. Remission, requesting permission to traverse into the harbor. Oh shit. Radio's not working again.
Radio's not?
No.
You need me to do something?
I don't know what to do. Tahiti Port Control, Remission. Looking for permission to enter the harbor.
Vessel Remission, Papiti Port. Okay, proceed. What is your intention exactly?
We will be heading to the anchorage at the airport, and we'll stand by at the hotel for clearance. Oh, this is not good.
And then we'll be back to the aircraft. Thank you.
Roger that, Remission out. Well, at least he heard me.
Yeah.
Okay, so just to let you know that the factory is gonna outbound in and
Ferry is outbound. I think that's the ferry right there.
Roger that, I see the ferry. I'll give him clearance.
Oh man, you got a bunch of fish up.
Oh, always fun when the radio's not working right. We got the ferry, another ferry coming out. There's so damn many of them. We gotta wait till he goes through before we enter into the harbor. I'm gonna slow down here. Oh, and there's a couple of bob boats going across the entrance right now with that ferry bearing down on them. I think they're rolling a little extra hard right now. You know, I was on a diabetes online site, and they asked me if I accepted cookies. Is that a trick question? You know, Cindy asked me, why don't I treat her like I did when we first met? So I took her out to dinner and a movie, and then excitedly dropped her off at her parents' house.